Everyone, welcome back to the Study Prep Guys channel, or the Study Prep Guys commentary, at least for today. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing alright, fine, and well. It's been a while since I made the last video in relation to anything commentary, but we have a very major, gigantic, huge, whatever problem that you could probably see. And this is a very, very big problem, honestly. And I believe this problem here will cause a lot of problems that are vital necessary. Anyways, let me just show you guys what's going on.
It's important for you to understand that our systems in government is becoming highly integrated. And a new form of government efficiency is something we call post audits. And very soon,
Well, basically, what he's trying to say, guys, is that how to put it in the most simplest of senses. Usually, or within Guyana, or within this country here, majority of citizens usually have to take a test, usually to or usually turns into a provisional license. And in the process, you get your license to drive on the road. And something that we don't usually speak about, whereby I would say around 80% they don't do the test, basically, right? And since they don't do the test, they just pay for it via bribery. And this is a very major issue, honestly. And I'll tell you how it will cause problems within this economy. In this economy, majority persons usually just say, why do I have to pay for it, honestly? And 70% of the population, more than that probably, didn't do the test. They just paid for it. If you do something like this and you take away people license and stuff like that, what who we have driving on the streets basically, this I think he's doing a bit too much now. I don't think anyways, let me just don't. You guys could tell me what you think in the comments below. Yes, let's keep watching and see what's going on. I just heard this news recently today, and I just want to do a bit of comments related to it. You guys could type in the chat below and tell me what you think.
we work with the persons who governance, government efficiency and implementation, and the Ministry of Home Affairs. And one of the first post-audit areas that we're now concluding is that in relation to driver's license. And in that post-audit, we are not, we are now concluding the findings, but there are definitely some areas that would require urgent attention. So I'm saying to you,
So this is the part where it gets interesting, and I believe this is the part whereby most 90% of Guyanese will have a problem with. I just need you guys just to tune in and just very bold statement today, which I believe is a very big problem for majority, not if all Guyanese. I believe this is a very big problem. Just listen to this, guys. I know some of you guys are listening to this, and this is like as of today. These words that were spoken today are some very, how to say it, threatening words to Guyanese and in relation to anything else. It's very scary.
technology is your aid, technology is your friend, and technology is also that post-service delivery mechanism that allows us to recheck the entire system and add a layer of accountability that is remarkable and second to none. So we can tell, and we have been able to tell because of the system, all those who wrote the theoretical exam and passed.
Well, as you heard, I believe this is important for both ends because on one hand, the people are wrong for doing it, but it is wrong. This is what I'll say. the police are wrong in this sense because they allowed the $120,000 to pass, whereby you could pay for your license, and the people are wrong for paying it. But here is what the problem is. Do you understand that literally 70 or probably more than that percent of Guyanese people have literally paid and have did not take the theoretical exams. They paid money, which was by far easier, and they got their paper, they got their license, and the process was easy. And now when you take away this, it becomes a problem not only for ourselves, it becomes a problem for basically every single Guyanese in the entirety of Guyana. This is just a gigantic problem that I believe wasn't necessary, at least in my opinion, because I know this will definitely take off a lot of people off the road, a lot of people. And I don't know, probably might cause protests and stuff like that. But we have to see. We have to see. I'll keep you guys updated on the latest news, presumptuously. But this is a very big shock.
And that is the only way you can move forward with the practical exam. And we can tell you all those who got a practical certificate, and then all those who actually got a license at GRE. So you've been able to triangulate the entire process, and we understand the discrepancies within the whole process. Because if you have 150 people passing the theory, but 400 people getting the practical certificate, something is wrong. You agree with me? And we're going to make those findings available to the system.
That is literally so sick, guys. Like, how can you get more sick than that? Not only you are basically publicizing the people who bought the license. I understand jailing people or finding them or something and jailing them, but literally displaying them basically for the entirety of the world to see. That is I think that is really going too far. There's a boundary between whereby you could go and whereby it's too far. And I literally believe the president of Guyana is going way too far with this. Doesn't need to go this far, guys. Anyways, let's just keep on hearing this death threat basically because it's a death threat to Guyanese in a sense. I don't know. I know for a fact that this here will cause a lot of problems.
Would understand where those weaknesses are. In the areas where there's discrepancies, we have all the names of persons who got a practical paper but never passed the theoretical exam. And we're going to give those persons in the public domain 6 weeks to surrender themselves and go through back the process. Or after that, we're going to publish all the names in the newspaper, suspend the license, and prosecute them. That is the only way we can beat this corruption. We have to prosecute all parties involved.
Lawmakers in Florida just
Yes, guys, what do we have here? I don't know how more interesting this could get, but this will be it for today. But I don't know why they're going so far with it. Where this fact that this will cause a lot of probably intolerance and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, just stay in tune and we'll see what happens next. I will probably post a reaction video to it then. But anyways, I'm just trying to stay as lenient, as commentary as possible, and pray that this doesn't become a huge problem for the country, which I think will. But let's see, guys. Let's see how it will unfold.